Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and I'm back today to share another journal that I've just completed. This is my take on a nature journal. I've been watching a lot of you creating these beautiful books, and I thought I would give this sort of theme a try. So this is what I came up with. So the actual book, I used a book this time, the cover. And what that is a at one of my sales that I went to, I found some of these Reader's Digest, and they were in beautiful colors. So this green one, blue, these sort of burgundy reds, and I recycled them. I took the pages out. I am using the pages for other things, and but I thought green is the color of nature to me anyways, so that's what I used. So on the front, I just got on here an F. F is for flower garden. I just used some flowers from Michael's here and some lace trim. I made a pocket, and inside the pocket are, these are, let me see. These are from, well, I'll show you. Art C. I think that's what, right there, that's what they're called. And so there were some really pretty things in there, and I didn't have the heart to, I like both sides, so what I chose to do was laminate these little cards and use them on the front. So these ones I actually made tags out of. So you can use it as a little bookmark also, and then that one there. And they were just really pretty, so I just attached some lace to the top there, and those go straight into the pocket. So I thought that added some interest for the cover. I got these corners from AliExpress. I got a big bag of them. I don't recall exactly, but I'm sure these were probably just a couple bucks. But there's like a ton, and there's 24 pieces. I got those, and I got those. And I just used some lace trim on the side. Okay, and these little buttons here, actually what they are is, I sewed in my signatures with this invisible thread. It's probably in fact so invisible, maybe you can't see it, but anyways, so with that. And I actually left the tails quite long, and I took them from inside the book and brought them out, and I glued the ends with using 2 buttons. So 2 buttons each, so there's 4 signatures in there. So I just brought them out. I kind of glued them down with a little bow there, and it makes a cute little dangle charm, kind of rustic maybe. I just like the way that looked, instead of keeping them on the inside like I usually do. So I just thought that was a neat idea. And just the trim on the back. And I love the green, so I didn't want to do too much to it. So there's just a really simple tie here, and I'll take you inside. So this paper I Mod Podged is from a vintage gardening book that I found at a garage sale, so I used it on there. And some of these papers are from, and let me just run over there and get it, a paper pad from Michael's, which is called Field Study, and I love this paper. It's just beautiful. And I used some of those sheets and some of the cutouts in here. Okay, so the first page I made an envelope out of some book paper, and I attached it, and there's a doily there, some lace trim, and there's a pocket here, and I just made a little booklet with some book sheets, little bugs. So it's kind of nature, kind of all mixed up. Some, you know, like insects and plants and all kinds of different things. So put that in there like that. There's some washi there. All my papers are coffee dyed. Here I used a bag and turned this into a pocket. Just a little tag in there. This is also, I already showed you guys once, a little gardening book that I had got, and so a lot of these papers are from out of there, and really love those papers. And inside is a tag that I made, and that little clip comes off and this just folds out, and there's a little tag in there. And these are, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're Tim Holtz. It came a big package of all kinds of ephemera pieces, so I used them in there. So that goes in there. I use book pages from a vintage book that I have all throughout. I made some pocket pages with some book paper. That's just an extra large cue card that I coffee dyed. Some more book paper. This is a coin envelope. There's just a little card inside there. Here's a tag I made, unusual plants, and added some bits of trim to it, and that just tucks in there. And so that's another Tim Holtz little ephemera piece, and I glued it just only partially. And then there's just some extra journaling places there. Sorry, my dog is into something there. It's another tuck spot. Some more paper from that a vintage book I got. This is another pocket that I created with some of that book paper, some lace up there. This is a little doily piece and a button. Inside there I just have a piece of, this is one of the cards from the paper pad. Just put in there. This is another little pocket that I made with some lace trim. Doily. That's so pretty. And just some book paper. There's a little paper clip, altered paper clip that I made. And a little envelope. That's something about house plants there. And that's a little writing card. That card says amaryllis, and that's what this flower here is. And then here I made a little, I sewed around all the little pocket elements that I made. I sewed around, and this one happens to be out of some music paper, and it flips up also. I just kind of angled it, and I made some tags. You probably could put something in there too if you wanted. Tried to use up some of those buttons I keep rambling about. Some book paper. This is just a pocket with some lace trim, and I have a glassine bag, and there's a little pocket in the front here, and I just have some places for journaling. That just goes in there. Oops. And then this is a little There's some book paper there and another one of the cards from the paper pad, and I made another little envelope that I sewed around, a little pocket there, and that just tucks into there. There's another little pocket that I sewed with a little writing booklet. Well, it's not really writing, probably could, I don't know what you would do with it. I should probably put some lines or something in there, or else it would just be useless, wouldn't it? But it looks cute there, so. And book paper. Here's another little envelope. A little card in there. Yeah, I'm really having a lot of fun making these pockets. A lot of my inspiration for those came from Patricia Viramontes, I think it is. Yeah, and I'm having a good time sewing everything. So I kind of got back into sewing, and I'm loving it. So this is a little side pocket that I edged with some lace. Did some sewing. There's a little doily piece there. Some butterflies that I raised up with some pop dots, little tags. This is a little envelope that flips open. A little envelope here. It's a little pocket if you want to put something in there. Doily, really beautiful paper. From a vintage book that I have. Little pocket there. This is a belly band that I made. And then I just attached a bunch of places for journaling if you want. There's a little band that you can tuck something under there, and there's just a little envelope there. Cute piece of ephemera. On here is some vintage lace that I used, and a doily piece and a button. So see that I did some layering. This is a little pocket. This is a glassine bag that I just, a glassine bag that I attached another one of those pieces of from the paper pad to. Really beautiful paper in that. And there's a little pocket here, and I made this tag, did a little sewing. And inside the bag is just some writing paper. Sorry if there's a glare. This flips up. Talking about the umbrella tree. There's a button there and another little booklet for writing or journaling. I just put that in there. Pockets that I made with some tags. This is another little bag that I got. I got these also from, I believe, AliExpress. I cleaned up, so I put everything away. And I don't know if I showed you guys these before, but there's a bag of, I don't know how many are in here. I think I got these AliExpress. And there's just all different patterns. So they're really cute. I just cut this one down a little bit just to fit in the book, but you could get a lot of goodies in there if you want. So that mushrooms. Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay. And another little pocket with some lace. Another one of those Tim Holtz pieces. Just a little card tuck it into there. That flips down. And then another little pocket here, and this flips up. And I think that's it. And there's a little pocket there. That's the last page. And that is it. So that is my nature journal. This one took me a little while. I don't know why. I had a hard time figuring out what to do with the cover. But I really enjoyed it. A lot of you gave me inspiration out there to make my own. So that is it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, and I hope to have another video out real soon, and hope you guys are all doing well, and thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.